everyone, it's post-trip Fiona here, and I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who watched my last vlog of me traveling to Korea. This one here is going to be my entire 10-day trip to Japan. Because I was with my friends, I didn't want to be vlogging the entire time, so this one will have my voiceover, so I hope you still enjoy. I will be going on another overseas trip soon in just a few weeks, and I will be vlogging that entire thing, so stay tuned for that, and I hope you enjoy this video. Where we last left off was when I had just arrived into Tokyo. So this leg of the trip we were staying in Ginza, and in the morning we first headed to Bongun Coffee. This coffee was really delicious, and then we headed to Ginza 6, which is one of my favorite shopping centers. And on the basement floor they have this whole area for snacks and treats, and I would highly recommend these fruit mochis that they have there. We shopped around Ginza 6 and then we made our way to the rooftop, which is one of my favorite parts of this shopping center. It's usually pretty empty up here, and you get a really great view of Ginza as well as some peaks of Tokyo Tower and Skytree. For lunch we came to this place that served chicken ramen, and it was good but not as good as I remember it from last year. We spent the afternoon shopping around Ginza, but it was honestly really hot and some places had way too many people. Because of the heat, every day we would have to go back to the hotel room just to refresh and have a change of clothes. For dinner, we came to this place called Yakiniku Jumbo, and it was one of my favorite restaurants that I have visited in my last trip. It's Japanese barbecue, and we got the omakase set, and this right here is the star of the night. I think just one piece costs about $20 or $30, but it's totally worth it because it's one of the best pieces of meat you'll ever have in your life. We also got their garlic fried rice, which is so delicious. They make it for you at your table. Overall, I'd give the meal, I think, a 9 or a 9.5 out of 10. After dinner, we also went to Tokyo Tower just to go and check it out. And of course, we found ourselves at Don Quixote on our first night, and this is the damage. Courtney and Alice went to Team Labs this morning, so hanging out by myself, getting some coffee from Costa. So we're headed to the National Art Center of Tokyo, and then we're gonna head and grab some pizza after. So it was 39 degrees on this day, which was very hot. I arrived at the National Art Center, which is located in Roppongi. I started off in the free exhibit, which I believe had art from some university students. And then I paid for the Keiichi Toonami exhibit, which I really thoroughly enjoyed. His work is very eclectic and psychedelic, and I really enjoyed learning about his life through this. Then I made my way to my favorite restaurant, which is Savoy. They have what I think is the best pizza in the world. I always get the caprese salad and mushrooms, followed by my favorite pizza, which is the marinara. It's got very basic ingredients, but it's so tasty and flavoursome. Absolute 10 out of 10 meal for me. Then went to this fancy fruits place and got us some fruit sandos, which were $15 but really worth the price. We had to walk about 20 or 30 minutes to our booking at an omakase, but we realized that we had gone to the wrong branch, so whoopsie. This omakase was I think only about $80, so really good value for its price. Overall about a 7 out of 10. We got a slice of cake from Harbs for dessert, and then we ran into these really cute akitas. They were so friendly. The next day we went to the Making of Harry Potter exhibit. If you don't want any spoilers, please fast forward through this section because I have a lot of footage. We spent about 4 or 5 hours here. It was really fun. There was so much to see. We saw the Great Hall, and then we saw the moving stairs. They also had a lot of interactive activities as well, like we got to record a video and our faces were put up in these frames. This one was really cute. We got to pretend to be extras in the movie, and they put our footage against the actual movie itself. Like I said, this place is seriously so big. You really need a lot of hours just to explore the whole thing. I got to cast the Patronus, and I was so happy that I got a little dog.
But I cannot deny them fresh meat.
They also had some outdoor props, and we also ate lunch here. The menu was mostly British foods, and the girls got some butterbeer as well. We got to see Hagrid's house as well as Harry Potter's house on Privet Drive. It was so cool to see all of these scenes that were set up from the movie. Saw Hogwarts Express, and here you could actually take photos with the platform 9 3/4 props. And then you were able to walk through the train and see some scenes that were from the movies. This place was seriously just endless. There were so many props in different locations you could see. There was Diagon Alley and Ministry of Magic and heaps of interactive activities as well. We clearly didn't understand this flu powder one, so ours looks very stupid. And finally, you could see this massive model of Hogwarts, and there was just so much detail. Here you'll get a glimpse of Tokyo Sky Tree because we had arrived at Sensoji Temple. I love seeing Japanese dogs everywhere. They just have so much love for their pets here. While we were here, we got our fortune. Alice got very lucky. I think Courtney got lucky, and I got a very unlucky, so I had to leave mine there. For dinner, we had sujihan, which is seafood rice bowls with a side of sea bream sashimi. Once you're nearly done, you can ask for soup to be added to your rice, and it'll turn it into like a congee. I really liked it. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Good morning. I woke up super early today. I think at like 6:30 or 7:30. And I'm on my way to get some bongin coffee again. This was our last day in Ginza before we headed to Mount Fuji. I also made sure to go to the Onitsuka Tiger pop-up because they actually do complimentary embroidery. We ate at this unagi place which looked very popular for locals and did some more shopping. These are my finished sneakers with my initial on it. That afternoon we took about a 2-hour bus ride to the Mount Fuji area, and when we arrived we were like, where is Mount Fuji? But lucky for us, the clouds did move aside and there she is. So we had to make sure we got some photos for the memories. We had dinner that night at a local restaurant which was really delicious, except when we got the sashimi, it came with a fish head and the fish head was actually moving, so that was really freaky. We had to ask them to kindly remove it. As always, after dinner we had to get some konbini snacks. Our room was actually Mount Fuji facing, but you couldn't see her again in the morning. So we made our way to our next accommodation, which was next to Lake Kawaguchi. For lunch we ate at a local gyukatsu restaurant, and the weather in the morning was fine, but all of a sudden it just started absolutely pouring. This night we were actually staying at a traditional Japanese ryokan. In our room we also had a private onsen and this really beautiful view of Lake Kawaguchi. After the rain we actually got to see Mount Fuji again, which we were so happy about. This day was pretty chill. We relaxed in our room and got to enjoy the private onsen. Dinner was also included as part of our stay, so they actually brought it right up to our room. We had no idea that all of this food was actually only course 1. In total we had 4 courses, and so at the very end we were literally all so full and very glad they weren't bringing us more food. Someone came up and set up our beds for the night and it was really comfy. I had a good sleep. The next morning I woke up early and got to enjoy the private onsen again. Breakfast was also included in our stay, so we got to enjoy this traditional Japanese breakfast. Unfortunately, our cab driver just assumed we wanted to come to this location. Since we were here, we climbed up the mountain and came and saw this very famous view of the pergola. Unfortunately, we didn't see Mount Fuji on this day at all, but nevertheless, it was still very pretty. We did, however, end up going to the temple that we wanted to go to. But because we couldn't call a cab, we did find ourselves stranded here. Thankfully, this community center helped us call a cab, gave us some snacks, and also let us rest in the aircon while we waited. That afternoon, we took a bus back to Tokyo, and this time we were staying in the Shibuya area. Shibuya is seriously so confusing to get around. It took us about 20 minutes to find this Japanese curry place, but it was really worth it because it was so delicious. We even ate it again on this trip. Shibuya just feels like a completely different city to Ginza. So it was really good that we got to stay at both locations. Next morning, we explored around Shibuya and ate at this sushi restaurant. It was really delicious. I'd give this an 8.5 out of 10. On this day, there was literally a typhoon in Tokyo, so we mostly stayed indoors. Also came across this SpongeBob cafe that I was so stoked about. The girls had tickets to go see Shibuya Sky, but I've already been to it before, so I found myself back at Savoy, this time eating the tuna pizza. I went to the Mega Don Quixote and they had a Minions pop-up. I got a bath bomb and it actually came with a light-up Minion on the inside. I freaking love it. The next day was Alice's birthday, so we decided to spend the day at DisneySea. It was another hot day, but luckily it wasn't raining anymore. There's multiple modes of transport for you to get around the whole park. Of course, we had to get the alien mochis as well as the smoked chicken leg, which was one of my favorite things that I ate that day. I swear Japanese theme parks just have the best drinks. This was so good. Super lucky to have snagged up some tickets for Fantasy Springs. This is the area that people line up at like 6 a.m. for. The Peter Pan ride was really fun, and then we kind of just explored this whole area. Did not enjoy this burger at all, but this milk tea was so good, I still think about it. I don't think we even went on many rides. We kind of just explored the whole park and met some characters. Because it was so hot, we couldn't really be bothered lining up for a lot of rides. And overall, we still managed to spend nearly an entire day here, so it was really fun. That night, we went to the Shinjuku area and went and got some dipping ramen. This was really good. I'd give this an 8.5 out of 10. Of course, I needed to stop by the cat billboard before I left Shinjuku. Once again, I got Savoy, this time on Uber Eats, and I was cracking up because look how small the takeaway pizza is. Next was our last full day in Japan, so we started off the day by eating at this onigiri place. They make all their onigiris to order. It was good, but it was seriously so much food, but the karaage was really delicious. I picked up some new sunglasses, and Alice and I got these personalized hairbrushes. This store was selling merch of all these different dogs, so I had to get the toy poodle one. Inside Parker, they also had a Minions cafe, a Nintendo shop, as well as the Pokemon Center. Had a quick snack at Sushi Train and continued to explore around Shibuya a bit. That night we went back to Scramble and ate at a teppanyaki restaurant with a really nice view. The food was pretty good. I'd give it an overall 7.5 out of 10. My favorite part was every time the chefs would put on a show, they would say, "Nice fire!" I was very excited to join in on the fun.
Nice fire! Nice fire! Nice fire!
For dessert, they brought out this big long dessert table, so we said one of each please. So that was our last night in Tokyo, and the next morning we got up and got some curry again. Went and checked out I'm Donut, and these donuts were actually really delicious. They had a very mochi texture. We explored the Omotasando and Harajuku area, but this was one of the hottest days, so we couldn't really explore around as much as we would have liked. I bought this top from Bape, and we ended up finishing our day at Human Made. After this, we just went back to the hotel, got refreshed, and then headed to the airport. It was sad to say bye to Japan, but overall I had a really fun time, and it was really nice to spend this time with my friends. Alright, this is the food haul. I literally said I wasn't going to buy that many snacks, and here we are. Here we have 18 packets of Boldak. The next haul, I'm realizing I bought a lot of tops this trip. These are just, SpongeBob stuff. Gifts, these here are all gifts, free from Human Made, postcard from the art gallery, and then Disneyland stuff, and then these are some toys for Gussie. Alright, this is the last of it. It's really insane when it's all laid out like this. So this is the new skincare, mostly Korea, some Japan. It's a lot of just sheet masks, to be honest. And then I have some lollies that I found, some feet masks, moisturizer. This is face mask, cleanser, dry shampoo sheets, headache medication. We bought a lot of these mouthwashes because they're really cheap and they're really tasty. Some of this Lacto Fit, a bunch of these lip balms as gifts, some more makeup, brushes, etc. This Good Luck charm. This is a little stamp with my name on it. This is a magnet, some new makeup, and then on this side it's gifts and things that people ask me to buy. And then here's a couple of hair care products, my new brush, and of course my new sneakers. So happy to be home with Gussie again. So thank you so much for watching the vlog, and we'll see you next time.